Hey everybody. Today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the string of the sparking launcher with Kevlar cord. The results will look like this. This is a modified launcher. This one has metal gears, a string guard, all of the upgrades, but it also has Kevlar string. And you can see this one's got a bit of wear in it too. But this one has seen far more use than that other one. And this has hardly been used. This hasn't even been used to launch Beyblades. This one, on the other hand, has been used to launch very heavy modified combos. So I'll show you how to replace the string in this one. First, you're going to want to take a Phillips head screwdriver and apply enough force into each of these 6 screws so that you don't strip the heads. We'll do this for the 6. Oh, another thing, before you start unscrewing your launcher, I would really recommend you find a tray or something to put your screws and other loose pieces in. There we go. All right, next step. You're gonna want to remove this top cover. You're gonna wanna flip your launcher upside down like this. So that way the little flint rods that are housed in here, you're gonna wanna flip it upside down so that they don't immediately fall out. Now, you got that taken off. You've got a screw here keeping you from fully opening the launcher. Take this out. When you are unscrewing this sandpaper circle portion, you want to hold it still, because if you just try to twist, you're going to actually end up rotating the gears inside. So if you hold it with your thumb, you can get a better grip. Now, hold both sides of the launcher shell together and just try to pull this off. You want to go a little slower because you don't want to accidentally yank this off at too hard an angle and snap these spokes. Now you can see the inside of the launcher. What we need to do in order to change the string, we need to get inside of this piece and inside the handle. So the rest of this we can do without for now. Now we want to get inside here because we need to take this string out. So to do that, just want to get in here. Be careful with these. These screws are very small, and if you go a little too fast, you might end up stripping the heads. So you just want to go slower. All right, that's all 3. And when you're done, you can keep them inside here, and that will hold them nicely. That way they're not rolling around everywhere. Now, the string, we got it out. We still want to keep all the parts that are tied to it. So if your string is in still decent condition like this one, you could probably use it to replace the string on another launcher if you wanted to. In my case, I'm not planning to reuse my string, so I'm actually just going to cut the cord. We'll tie up the new string just like this when we install it. Now, the regular string we can cut with scissors, because it is not made of Kevlar like the replacement cord. So just snip it. This might work faster if you use a knife, but just want to be a little safer since I'm looking through a camera. Now this, not going to need again, so we could throw that out. This, however, this little brass ring, we're going to want to keep that. So we'll set it in here for now. Going all the way up to the handle, you can see there's another one of these little brass rings. We're going to keep that as well. So we'll pull it out and we'll set it down there. This is the tricky part that everybody seems to have trouble with. So we're going to take a flathead screwdriver, preferably a very small and narrow one. What we're going to try to do is get under here and pop it over. All right, you can see getting in there. All right, this is off, and other than this small little bit, we're good. You can take this off. Coming back to the handle, what we're going to want to do here is cut this end as close as possible to the handle. All right, there we go. The next step, we're going to want the metal pin from this part of the launcher. I'm going to take that. Actually, we're going to try to just push it in here. Try to push the remaining string into the handle of the launcher. This part might be a little tougher. You might want to take a screwdriver and use that to push the string in. Yeah, that works a lot better. There we go. Got the string mostly inside now. Now we should be able to push this pin in. Sort of like that. And then what we're going to need to do next is set this on something and then tap this pin into the handle with a hammer or a small mallet. And that will push the knot inside this handle through this plug. The plug will pop out, and then the string's knot that's stuck in here will be able to be knocked out with this pin. I've returned with a hammer and the perfect piece to set this handle on. I just want to set this on something solid, set this so that it's pretty even. And then you just want to take your hammer and make sure you've got it nice and squared and just tap it out. I'm going to do this off camera, but I will come back and I'll show you the results. Once you've got it fully tapped through, you should hear a loud pop, and that will be this piece, the little plug coming out. Now that you need to hold on to. Your pin should be all right. Now you should be able to push. There it is. The knot that was inside your launcher handle. The replacement strings are already cut to the same length that the original string was. Now obviously the original string is much shorter now because we've cut off several sections of it, but the original string is the same length. So the power should be unchanged. The only difference should be the durability of your string. Roll it up. Try to get the end as small as possible. A little water might actually help. I haven't tried that, but I've been fairly successful all the other times. But you want to roll it up and then just twist it, and that'll actually help it go through. So there we go. We've successfully threaded one end of the string. Next, we're going to want to put it through the handle. So just like before, just roll this up and we're going to try to thread it right through. Let's see. And if you twist it, it should actually go right in. Yeah, there we go. Nice. All right, cool. So we've got the handle and we've got the suspension. All right. Now, to make sure it doesn't fall off the end, we're going to tie a knot. This is the same knot that's used in the original string, just like a regular knot, in and out, but then there's one more loop, and that's it. That is exactly how the knots are tied inside these launchers. So let me do this one more time. we want to get this knot as close to the end of the string as possible so that the string will actually be the correct length. Let's see. Trying to do this. There we go. I think that's it. Yep. Now once you've got it, you're going to want to loop it so that the string looks like that. And that is the kind of knot you'll find inside these launchers. All right. There we go. Now, all you have to do to secure this end is pull it all the way through. Pull it into your launcher like that, into the handle. And now we can reattach the suspension. Let's figure out which way is the right way. I think it actually goes on like this, because you can see it's a little higher on this end of the suspension versus that side. Yeah, I think so. It should probably fit right into. Yep, there we go. And awesome, right inside. Now we're going to want to take this plastic plug. We want to try to fit that back in here. So you can see that there's still some sticking out of the end. I don't think I can cut this with my scissors. So what I'm actually going to try to do is just shove it inside with a screwdriver again. Just stuff it in a little bit, make it a little easier for the plug to go in. All right, now we should be able to just push this in. If it doesn't go all the way in, you can probably just use your hammer again. And, oh, no, there we go. I think it's going. Yep. And if you have a little trouble pushing in with just your fingers, you can always use one of your tools just to give you a little harder of a surface to push down on. Look at that. Flush. All right, so let's take this, the larger of the brass rings, and put it in big side first. Spin your string a little bit to get it through easier. All right, that one's done. Now I'm going to take the little one and put it in through the small end. That is going to be a little tricky because you can see it is smaller. So roll up the ends just like we did before. Just twist it up, try to get it as small as you can. If you can't get it very small, it'll probably be okay. The main thing is you just want to rotate it. All right, now I've got a good bit of the, there we go, you can see now, got a good bit of the string in. Not all of it though, so what we're going to do now is just pull what we have through. There we go, just like that. And now, to finish off the string, we're going to want to tie a knot just like we did before. A loop like this, and then like that, and then put it through one more time. Like that. And now, should have, you push this up a little bit, push up that loop, you should have a knot that looks like this. And once again, you're going to want to get the knot as close to the end as you can, because that will give you the maximum string length. There we go, just like that. And now, the knots might look a little bigger than the normal knots, but once you put them inside your launcher, and you start actually giving them some tension, that will tighten the knots even further. So our string has been replaced. Now it's time to put everything back together. Let's take the spring from before, push that little brass ring back down you want to fit this piece in here and wrap it around and insert it into these little slots. So the next step is we're going to want to close this back up. So let's take that top piece. We're going to want to line it up. That line will need to go in between here to cover the string. So we're going to rotate it a bit, and it should line up just like this. And once again, when you go in to put the screws back in, you don't want to just start twisting them immediately. What you actually want to do is rotate it just like you're unscrewing it again until you hear a little click or feel a little bump like that. And that will tell you when you've reached the point where the threads begin. There we go. That is well and secured now. So the next step is going to be to wrap it back up. Now we want to take the launcher casing. Let's take our metal pin, stick it back in here to that little hole, just like that. The only thing we need to put in is this. Now when you set this back inside, you're going to want to align this line with that line. That way it fits right in. To rewind your spring, you just want to rotate the launcher around like that. Do it 3 more times because you want to get to 4. So that's 2, 3, and 4. And that's it. Just want to slide that back in here like this. Now we can cover it up. All right, the next step is now we're going to take 2 of these screws and just put them in the bottom because that will make sure that it's not going to fall apart as we are putting all the other parts back on. So just like we did before with the gray piece, rotate it a little bit counterclockwise until you hear a little pop like that. Like that. And then that's when you know you found the old threads. Next thing we want to do, take the sparking ring and we'll take the smaller of the 2 flat ends screws like this, and that's what we will put right here. And just like at the beginning, hold on to it so it doesn't rotate as you are putting it back in. Now you're going to want to put this piece back over it. And before we do that, we're going to want to take all these little flint pins and we're going to stick them right inside here. Now you're going to want to put the launcher over it. That way your pins don't fall out. Now we're going to want to put all of these screws back in here. Now you got a sparking launcher with extra durable string. Congratulations if you actually went through with this whole tutorial. Next time, hopefully, we'll be putting in some other upgrades to make the launcher extra durable. Hopefully I'll see you there. Bye.